All right. Cool. We're back. Another episode of Size 10. We got a special guest. Bjorn is still roaming around the country. He's in Vegas this week watching his good friend tape a special. So that's a pretty good excuse. So we got Marietje Hauprich, good friend of the podcast.
Yeah, happy
Great
to be here.
Local Portland comic.
Thanks.
Fresh off the Portland's Funniest semifinals. David is also fresh out of the Portland's Funniest semifinals.
That's right. We're all.
And I'm also fresh out of the semifinals.
And into the final.
I
And
am
into the final.
finals.
Yeah.
Was fun.
Exhilarating couple nights there.
Oh, yeah, good crowds, hot crowds.
Hot crowds.
Very hot. A little too hot,
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. Your crowd, your first thing, you went out and just said your name and got a 10-second
You got an applause break.
explosion of laughter.
My last name is Kildall. Oh my fucking God.
Yeah, it was nuts. And we shouldn't complain about getting
No.
good
it's
reacts.
great.
But if you don't know why, it's like, okay, what's happening here?
Yeah. Well, we're kind of all in the same situation with this where we're still pretty much open mic comics.
Right.
Like 99% open mic comics. So when we get a crowd like that, we're like, they laughed at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Fun,
that's still my reaction. It's like, that's the premise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the theories is, one, they're all there to see their friends. Also, the fryer was down in the club,
Yeah.
so they could only serve salads.
And alcohol.
Yes.
And dry tortilla chips with no dip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because for some reason the fryer was necessary for the salsa.
Well, it's served with like a spinach artichoke.
Oh, yeah, the spinach
dip.
artichoke.
And I think
dip.
they had it on our night, but by Thursday it was like sold out. So they only had dry chips.
I've had that dip once. It was pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to Helium for their dip.
Good dip.
Oh, all right. So, you guys haven't tried the Busch Light Apple yet.
No, let's
No.
get into it.
That
Yeah,
was
we're-
one of my main reasons.
Yeah, it was the
for
only
coming.
reason you actually wanted to do this.
It's like, where can I get one of these?
Limited edition.
Limited
Says so right
edition.
on the can.
Oh, I was so stoked. Just we were walking through Freddy's and I saw it. I was like, oh, it worked.
Yeah.
We got it to come here.
All right. Well, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, this isn't beer.
All right, David, let's hear your review first. Since you have skin in the game here, you've been with us from the start when we discovered Busch Light Apple.
This is a cider.
Mm-hmm.
A light cider. Yeah. Well, so Bjorn, you and Bjorn kind of hyped it up in advance for me because you had it earlier.
We did. We had it
And
last
you're like,
week.
oh, we think David's going to love this. And you're probably right. It's good.
Yeah, it tastes like cider, like carbonated. Well, not quite like cider. It tastes like carbonated apple juice.
Yeah, it's literally like a cider but light.
Yeah.
It's like a watered down cider. It's kind of great though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
I
like a bubbly apple juice, which I guess that's what cider is. But
I guess fall's just around the corner, but I feel like we saw it in July. This seems like something that should hit stores in like September.
I agree. It definitely is a nice fall beverage.
Yeah.
I
Have
think,
one of them in a corn maze.
Yeah.
yeah, I think they probably started it late July to sort of get it in the circulation. So people are like, ooh, we got to try this. And then they do it. And they're like, oh, this fall, we're going to be buying cases upon cases.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what they do is they get people hyped up.
Mm-hmm.
And then people drink it in the summer. They all come to this realization, and then sales go crazy.
Yeah. My theory is they're still kind of testing the waters with it because last time we heard about it, but they'd only had it in like a dozen states last fall.
Yeah, it was like a limited, a regional release.
Oh, so you guys have really been waiting a long time.
We discovered this in the middle of winter.
Mm.
And we reached out to Busch Light, and we asked them if it was available for us to order a case, and they said they're not making it at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, we told them it would warm the cockles of our heart if they sent it to us.
Well, not only did we ask for
Hardship.
if we could buy it, we wanted them to send free product to us.
We didn't ask them for free product at the time. We told them that we were a podcast, that we were excited that we wear their gear on our podcast, and we love Busch Light, and we'd be very excited if they could help us get some. And that it would warm the cockles of our heart.
It would warm the cockles of our heart.
Did you include
does.
that in
Yes,
the email?
very definitely we
Okay,
did.
good.
Yeah.
This beer definitely warms the.
What is the cockle of the heart? Is it a medical term?
No, it's just a colloquialism.
Cockle.
A cockleism.
Yep. I think it's I think it might be a Midwestern thing.
Mm.
I don't know. My mom would say it from time to time, and it's a funny thing to say, and so we said it. in the
David,
email.
you're a little Midwestern. Did your family say cockles?
No, I've never been a cockle. We were not a cockhold.
Hoo boy.
So according to Google, the cockles of the heart are its ventricles,
Oh, it's a real
named
term.
by some in Latin as cocle cordi, whoever
How is it? CH?
from cockle, which translates to snail, which alludes to their shape.
Mm.
The saying means to
Oh.
warm and gratify one's deepest feelings. So there actually is
Yeah.
there
And
are
that is-
cockles.
that's how I used it, is that it would warm and gratify my deepest feelings.
Yeah.
It would make me very happy.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they could have made my day. And they
Yeah.
did eventually. They came through,
yeah,
and now I have my Busch Light Apple.
yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
real
is
real
good.
quality brew.
I think if
Into
you're
it.
I think if you're looking for a beer and you have this, it's like I don't know if I want this.
Yeah, definitely. But if you want a cider, but one that you could drink more than one of,
Mhm.
Yeah, because
you
I
could put away a couple of these.
I can't do cider. It's too sweet. Even the
Yeah,
dry
it's
ones are way
pretty
too
intense.
sweet, and just like I take a few sips of them and I'm like, oh, I don't want any more. But yeah, this is nice and light. It's like seltzer with a splash of apple juice out
Yeah.
it or something.
So with Busch Light, apparently they have promised that they're not going to do a seltzer because every other light beer is doing a seltzer, and maybe they're just doing this instead.
They're like, we're gonna make seltzer, but we're gonna call it lager with apple.
Yeah, they are definitely trying to capitalize on the trend, but they're also trying to be different, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Busch, they're like there's like Bud Light seltzer, so they don't need to do a Busch seltzer.
Yeah.
And isn't Busch Light just like beer seltzer anyway?
Should we take bets on how long they're going to be able to keep that promise, though? Because I feel like seltzer isn't going away. Like, everyone I know loves hard seltzer.
Yeah, it
and
definitely.
like it's just getting more popular.
That's a good point. Yeah, let's just like an over under on.
Yeah,
on a
what
date.
year will Busch Light come out, or Busch in general come out
Well,
with a seltzer, a hard seltzer?
As an owner of one of their T-shirts, I'm gonna stand with them. I'm gonna say I believe in them, and I'm
Never.
gonna say they don't break until 2024.
2024.
That's not that far in the future.
That's
Like,
definitely
they
an
won't
over. That's
break for 2.5 years.
No, that's long enough for a trend to end.
Busch Light seltzer. I'd say the over under. I'd say by end of 2022.
Okay. So you're giving them a year and a half. I'm giving them.
By the end of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2023 in a day. I'm gonna do the prices right.
Wait,
Right,
so
right, rules, so like
wait,
2
so-
days past him.
Yeah.
So-
January 2nd, 2023.
so wait, no. But then if you say 20, so I'm saying December 21st or 31st, 2022.
And I'm saying January 2nd, 2023.
But if you go over, you lose. But like if it's January 2nd, you're out. So you only have like a 2-day window to beat me.
Well, but if it's
The odds on that'll be great though. So
The
if Marietje
thing-
does beat you, it's
the
it's
thing
for all the
is
marbles.
that Nick is saying, wait, what? When in 2024 are you saying?
January 1st. We'll just call it January
First of the
1st.
year.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
make it easy. So as long as they can hold out through all of 2023 and not make one until 2024.
Oh, I see. So it's Price is Right rule. So I
Yeah.
would want to go then instead to December 31st, 2023 would be my guess then.
Wait, hold on.
No, but that's still a bad bet because you only have like 2 days until
No,
then.
I have
Are
a
we-
full, I have a full year.
So
in
we're-
between. So really,
Oh.
David's claiming it'll come out before 2023.
Oh, if it's before this,
I'm
before
saying
that
it
date.
will come out
okay.
during 2023.
So you're giving me just
So
one
I'm
day.
giving you one day.
Yeah, fair enough.
So okay.
All right, you know what? I'm changing my bet. They're never doing it. They're holding strong. I believe in Busch Light. We're going apple. We're going traditional, and that's what we're doing.
And what are the stakes?
The stakes?
Oh yeah, what happens to the winner or what happens to the loser?
I think losers each buy the winner a case of Busch Light Seltzer.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds good to me.
Losers buy.
Unless it never happens, in which case losers buy the winner cases of Busch Light Traditional or Apple.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if I win
they
or
never
David
make
wins, you or David buy me a case of seltzer.
We each
If
buy
you
you a case
win,
of
we buy
seltzer.
you a case of Busch.
Yes.
2077. We're all in nursing homes, and we're like, "Hey, what's going?" And the Busch Light rolls out some hot throwback Busch Light seltzer.
Yeah.
I'll be furious.
You
I'll
gotta.
buy it that day.
We'll be pouring that seltzer down our feeding tubes.
Yeah. Yeah, because you'll owe us two. You'll owe us
Oh,
two
you each a
cases.
case.
Of Busch Light. You'll be indebted to us $20.
Yeah, probably 50 by then. Inflation.
Oh yeah.
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 All right. So Marietje, have you ever been, or are you now a shoe person? Really?
I'm a shoe person in that I wear shoes every
Okay.
day.
It's a good start.
I buy sneakers all the time, but only because I walk a lot and wear through them. So, I'm usually getting a few new pairs of sneakers every year, but I get them more for function than
Okay.
fashion.
Yeah. Well, we've all kind of known each other for a couple of years, and I'd kind of gotten that impression, but we never had a full discussion about whether or not you're a shoe person in any sense. And now
Yeah.
you're on a shoe podcast, so it seemed like probably a discussion that could be had.
Yeah. Took 2 years, but you finally asked it.
Finally asked, it's tough sometimes.
Yeah.
So what shoes did you bring today?
So these shoes I actually bought with you. You had through your job
I had an
Adidas employee store thing pass, and I was like, I picked up like an exercise shirt and pants, and I was there, and then I was looking at the sneakers, and I almost didn't because I'm a vegan, and I thought there would be nothing there without leather on it. But then I saw a Stella McCartney label, and she never uses real leather, so I knew, I can buy these shoes, and I bought these vibrant shoes.
You should hold them up like for a sustained amount of time.
Oh,
and,
I'm sorry.
Let the camera see all the colors.
And I've only worn them once because they dig into the back of my heel when I walk.
Well, that's not
So
good.
there's probably blood there.
So now they're not vegan.
Well, they're vegan in that it's my blood,
Okay, so
and I chose to bleed on them.
okay. It's good to know the rules.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I've encouraged both you and David to buy the brightest colored pair of shoes in the Adidas store. I don't know if the people on the podcast have seen David's bright Ultraboost that he bought when we went. Let me see those.
The bottoms of Mount Tabor dirt on them.
Oh, excellent. I don't know why I'm showing that to the camera.
Take a look at this dirt.
Yeah, look at that. These have been worn once. So it digs in the back here?
Yeah.
Weird.
Now
Okay.
my blood is on your fingers.
I'll use sanitizer. But interesting. Because it's not like a hard plastic thing back in there.
Yeah, I know.
Shoes are weird that way.
I
Every
think
now
it's
and then you
just
get
the,
a pair
like,
that's just...
Yeah, the friction of it rubbing
Yeah,
against
just
just
the
kind of
shape.
slowly blistered away.
The shape just doesn't work with your foot. I've
Yeah.
got a couple pairs like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like super comfortable to stand in, and then you start walking and you're like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah, but I mean they are nice and flashy. I do like orange, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm. No, they're a cool colorway because they're real loud.
And on your birthday at our comedy show, we all wore goofy sneakers. Remember that? At school night.
I do remember that.
And so I wore those shoes that night.
So are you gonna wear them on stage at all? For like...
Probably not unless I happen to be on another Nick's birthday show. Because my My color on stage is usually black.
Just kind of dark colors.
Neutral colors. I like to be unseen. Oh, David found them online. What are they called?
They're the Adidas Ultraboost 20 Stella McCartney Orange Lemon W, which means women.
Oh, I thought it meant wide. And I was like, hey, you're telling everyone about my wide feet. But it's women.
Yeah, not a lot of action. Well,
in a size 10,
yeah,
it's
what
gonna be a rare size.
well, is that
and
an
what am
appropriate
I?
question?
I don't know what I bought.
There's not a lot of sizes available.
Oh, I bought size 9, which might actually be the problem because I think in Adidas I'm usually an 8.5. So maybe that's part of why they dig into me.
So
'Cause
your
it's-
foot's kind of sloshing around and it
Yeah, that's
rams that
probably
thing every
it.
time.
Because it does vary a
That'll do
bit
it.
by brand, at least for me.
From what I can see, there's not a whole lot of resale activity,
Yeah.
which means either it's just not a does this mean it's rare or does it mean
No, usually when they end up in the Adidas employee store, it's because they just, people bought them, but they didn't get hyped up at all. So people just bought them to wear.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not a lot of. Well, maybe there are, but I feel like there's not a lot of sneakerhead action in the vegan community, at least that I'm aware of. So maybe.
Well,
Maybe
there's
that's why.
also like these kind of shoes are gonna be, I don't know. A lot of the Ultraboost, they make so many different ones. There's like 100 different styles a year,
Oh.
and so they're really just something people go through, buy the one that comes out next year.
Oh, okay. So they
Yeah.
are more of just wear sneakers.
Yeah, these are
yeah.
definitely just wear, but they make them in fun colors so that they're.
What
they're
are the
fun.
other options? There's sneakers you wear and sneakers you don't wear?
No, you kind of can wear all of them, but there's ones that are really limited, and that are really hyped up,
Mm-hmm.
and so those are the ones that like gain value, and so with those, a lot of times people wear them less, or
Only on special
Yeah.
occasions. Gotcha.
or they'll keep them new so they can sell them later and make a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
In theory,
I will say these do have value because the retail is $230.
mm-hmm.
It's pretty good retail
Yeah.
price. Lowest ask on the size 10 sneaker was $268.
And that's probably a lower price because size 10 women's shoes are often in the like clearance section just because it's not the more common size I think for women is like 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're like when it's like a size 13 men's where it's kind of
Yeah.
they're either impossible to get or they can't give them away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did we just lose light in here?
No, it's okay. I forgot to turn off the big
Oh,
lights.
okay.
We've got the regular lights. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and you can't buy them at all in the other size. So there
No,
you
so
go.
now you've actually got something that only whoever bought them has.
Well, that's cool.
You can't just go back and buy more.
Look at me.
So they hurt your feet, but they're special.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the design of those, though. I like the way they kind of went away. Like, the Ultraboost usually has, like, a plastic cage around it, and this one they did it out of fabric, which I think is kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
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 I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Into it. All right.
Ultraboost.
I'm trying to think of what else we usually talk about on this podcast. We haven't... What do we usually talk about, David? We talk about trucks.
Trucks, fishing, Montana, beer, comedy.
Well, we touched on comedy and beer and shoes.
Yeah. I want to know...
What do you want to know, David?
I want to know who Stella McCartney is, and how does Marietje know who Stella McCartney is?
That's an excellent question.
Oh, yeah. Well, so she's Paul McCartney. Oh, God. Is that Paul McCartney's ex-wife or his current
I
wife
thought it was his daughter.
or his daughter? Related to Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney and his wife, who I can't think of her name, who passed away, were both very deep in the vegan game, activists, and so it makes sense that if that's his daughter,
It is
that
his
she would
daughter,
be
yeah.
deep into
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and so it's sort of like Linda McCartney. That's who I was thinking of. So yeah, Linda and Paul are kind of deep in the animal activism stuff for a while, and so yeah, it makes sense that their daughter would be working on she's into like fashion and like fashion designer
Yeah, and
clothes
doing-
and stuff like that. So I just know from the McCartney piece, I just kind of knew that that would be a vegan kind of label.
Mm-hmm. So does she, David? It looks like you're looking at. She got her whole own brand, and her brand does collabs
Yes.
with Adidas, but she's got her own
Yeah.
Stella McCartney brand as well.
So yeah, she's got her Stella McCartney style line. It looks like she's doing metallic colorways of things, and so these are her Ultraboost current design of them, which are
Ooh.
Looks like
metallic.
it's got the same heel thing.
Now that's getting more into the color scale that I would wear on stage, you know.
Black with a little silver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's the same base design. There's just black and silver. Reminds me of like a Batman.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got some Batman vibes.
With some like a shiny Batman.
Yeah. So when you guys, this will be a question for both of you. When you guys pick out like if you're doing a big showcase, how do you like pick out your outfit, or do you even really worry about it too much?
I don't worry about it too much because I always wear kind of the same thing on stage. I'm always going to wear jeans and then one of like my 10 black t-shirts, and then it'll just kind of be whichever one feels right that day, and then I'll pick a jacket to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then for shoes, I'll either wear black sneakers or black boots depending on, you know, how I'm feeling that day.
Yeah, just kind of low key and
Yeah.
not trying to be too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
David, how about you?
Well, her outfit sounds an awful lot like my outfit these days. It's the black t-shirt with the jeans, and usually I'm rocking these Freddy's, like the Revolution 5.
Oh, the Revolution 5.
I don't know. I get the I'm a Revolution guy. I'll get the new.
Yeah. No, the Revolution 4s were trash though.
Yeah, they were. They had that. Yeah, they weren't great. But yeah, so Nike, I think it's like every year or so they'll make a new Revolution model, and then whenever they're over at old Freddy's, Fred Meyer, I'll scoop up the newest.
When they've got a display of them on one of those little islands by the door.
When they've got the black and white
The black and white
colorway, I'm on it.
So you always go for Nike. I almost always go for Merrell, and so I always have to order them online. But those seem to be the ones that work the best with my feet, and they have a whole bunch of vegan ones.
Are those
over there,
are those what you're wearing right now?
Yep,
Got
it's
the
a
Merrells.
Merrell's. So what would you say is your favorite pair of shoes?
I like these ones, and I have a different pair of Merrells that are more, I guess, like regular, like running shoe style that I like too. These ones are cool because you can just slip them on, so these will kind of be a more casual one. I don't like these for going on long walks though, so I go for a little more cushioning. But I don't, I don't know what the styles are called. I just look at them and say, oh, that's the one I want.
That's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's kind of the main way most people shop for
Yeah.
shoes.
My main thing is just that they're not covered in skin, you know? I just don't want to be wearing skin all around. No
Yeah.
offense to your skin shoes. Actually,
Yeah.
David, yours doesn't have leather on it.
Yeah, no, David's is probably vegan over there.
It's
Yeah.
all plastic and it's polluting. It's gonna pollute the ocean, but it's
And I think the Yeezys are vegan, although this right here may or may not be actual suede. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the tag on the inside.
No,
of
there's
the-
like a little like structural thing in here where
Ah.
the laces go through that might be suede.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be though. It's hard to know. Okay, so what's like, have you ever bought like a really extravagant pair of shoes? Like really gone all out and bought something special?
Not
Or
really.
is it just not something you really spend money on like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just like ruin shoes too quickly. I don't know. So I don't tend to go. I should get some sort of real nice pair of something, but
Like
No,
a fancy
you
pair
know?
of boots or something like that? Would that be more like if you were gonna really go all out?
well, how fancy are we talking? Like, I mean, I don't buy shoes that are gonna crumble, when
Yeah,
I
no,
wear
like
them
if-
twice.
like,
but
let's
you
say
know,
you're gonna
I
spend
spend like a couple $100 if I'm
500 to
gonna-
1,000 on a pair.
Oh yeah, I've
What are
not
you
done
getting?
that. I'm like, oh, that's cat blood work. I can't do that. But if I were going to do that, yeah, it would be for probably something, yeah, like a pair of boots or, something like that. Because a lot of the very fancy, like, vegan leather boots are, like pricey designer ones. So that would probably be what I would go for as opposed to sneakers because, I don't know. My style doesn't use sneakers for dressing up. I know that a lot of people's does, but
for sure.
yeah.
No, it wouldn't really fit your style.
Yeah,
That's
we
totally
didn't
fair.
circle around to you though. What do you do to choose your show outfits? You're the one who wears things that aren't black on stage.
I am the one that dresses a little bit goofy on stage sometimes. I definitely like to wear something kind of flashy, but I don't want it to be like my loudest pair on stage because I don't want it to distract.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to be able to like follow my outfit. Because I've got a couple of pairs, like the Yeezys. I really don't wear the Yeezys on stage because they're just a little bit too obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like they're going to hate me like a lot the moment they see me walk on stage looking like a complete hype beast. So it's like, and then I have to deliver like way harder to like come back from just wearing a goofy ass outfit. But I also at the same time have like a ton of sneakers and like fun fashion clothes and stuff, and I like it. So I also want to wear that stuff on stage. So I have to just kind of evaluate, okay, what's the line here? Like how much can I push? I think people got to know I'm a sneakerhead, but I don't want to be obnoxious about it.
Well, yeah. Well, so like with what we do, it's like a performance. It's also like kind of showing who we are. So like you're a sneakerhead. You should be reflective.
Yeah.
Of that, and also I think it's like you gotta wear something you feel good, that makes you feel good to wear.
Yeah, and I think it kind of like my persona on stage. I try to be like kind of cocky and like confident and shit, and like walk around. And so I think like dressing, like let's go. I'm gonna wear silly shoes, and pretend I'm cool. Let's go.
Yeah.
Walk around the stage.
I want to do an experiment where you dress like me and David, and we dress like you, and see how that changes our confidence.
I am happy to do that experiment.
See if I'm suddenly like, and pacing around.
Absolutely.
Being all cunty. Not that you're cunty. I didn't mean it like that. But
I've been known to be. It's fine.
But.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So we got to dress like Nick.
Yeah.
Marietje,
So what do we do?
See, I'm going to look for something that's got like a nice, like, there's like a unique vibe, a lot of intricate details to the materials, but also has that flashy quality to it. Yeah.
Do you have stuff in your closet already that you feel like would have a Nick vibe, or do you think you'll have to go?
I've got some stuff. Every once in a blue moon, I'll be like at a Ross or something, and I'll see something. It's like, oh, okay. And it's like, oh, I might never wear it, but it's in my closet. That's the power of the Ross resale place.
Well, and you do both have your bright sneakers that you bought when you went to the Adidas store with me.
Yeah, so we've got the sneakers covered. I feel like it's like I know you wear like designer jeans, but I feel like the jeans part isn't as important as like a top that's like a little
the fit
little like
of the
you said, a little
is
more
way
flashy.
more important than the brand of the jeans.
Oh, so I shouldn't wear my skinny jeans.
No, skinny jeans are good with sneakers because they show the whole sneaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I wear skinny jeans. I didn't really have like super skinny jeans until I got into sneakers, and then like my jeans were falling over my sneakers, and I was like, well, what the hell? I gotta get different jeans.
Yeah.
You know?
Those falling over the sneaker ones I was never crazy about anyway, because I would always get them dirty. So I kind of like having it close to my ankle.
See, for us, I think it's good to have a little pop of color. So like shoes, bright shoes like that with your current outfit, it's like there's like that pop there, you know.
Yeah, I would like to see you start wearing those shoes on stage.
All
like
right.
with the rest of your outfit the same. I think it would work.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
I'll give it a try.
I don't think it would hurt your performance at all. I think it would. If nothing else, it's just going to be fun, and a few people are going to be like, I love your shoes. And that's always a good feeling. At least for me. I like to be like, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Like,
yeah, I feel like I would just be aware of it drawing attention to me, and I'm always like, oh, I don't want attention. But then it's like, well, I'm on stage. I do want attention.
Yeah, you are
so
talking to an entire crowd
Right.
of people through a
So
speaker, so
what's the big
the
deal?
ship has kind of sailed on not getting attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Wear some
It's a wrap on that.
highlighter.
That's why you go for the shoes. Because thing about shoes on stage, in many cases, is like not everyone can really see your shoes that clearly.
Yeah, it's
as
really
opposed
just for the
to-
front row.
Yeah, as opposed to
Yeah,
like if you wore like a bright orange sport coat,
Mm-hmm.
being like, "Hey, I'm a comedy."
I
Comedy,
want to see
comedy.
both of you just wear Doug Stanhope jackets.
Just go to
Go to
the
the thrift store and buy
Yeah.
the goofiest sport coat you can find. That'd be fantastic.
Smoke a cigarette on stage.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, David, start smoking cigarettes and then smoke them on stage like Doug Stanhope and Dave Chappelle.
Well,
I
at these outdoor venues, we
Could smoke
probably
some
can.
smoke some cloves.
Yeah. Dude, that would be my favorite thing if David just suddenly does like a Dave Chappelle set. He just shows
Oh.
up, sits on the stool, smokes a clove cigarette, and at every punchline just hits his knee.
I
it-
think
It's the opposite of who David is on stage, and it would
Yeah.
make me laugh
Uh-huh.
so hard.
that would be fun.
Wouldn't
Although
that be great?
that would be. I think I would too. I'd be less Dave Chappelle and more our friend Don Gavitt.
Dave Gavitt,
Dave Gavitt. I just got to get the hat, and then
Don Kildall.
because I could see like Don doing a hard pivot because he's a cloves guy.
Is he?
He loves cloves. Like he could just be like,
Oh my God! Let's get David a fedora.
Yes, 100%.
oh no.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I would look dumb in a fedora because my head's so
As opposed
small.
to who looks good in one. Everyone
Nobody.
looks dumb in a
Don
fedora.
looks pretty good in a fedora,
Don,
but yeah,
actually,
it is
he
a
does
hard
pull
look
it
to
off.
pull off. Yeah.
He's got. I think he's old enough to maybe get away with wearing a fedora.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think is that true, or are we just so used to seeing him wear one every day that we
That's
just
part of
like
it.
it's just a part of his
I
character?
don't know though, because the first time I saw him in it, I was like, okay, fair enough.
Like you ever see Don Gavitt just like wearing a baseball cap?
Yeah.
It's
It-
weird.
Looks better than the fedora, but
Oh sure, but it's different. It's kind of like when you have. I remember like my friend's dad, like he had a mustache all the time, and then there was like one day where he just like shaved the mustache. I was like, this guy's a different person.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this is a funny story. My dad got glasses when he was in his 40s.
Oh yeah.
And I remember he picked me and my sister up from something like after his appointment. My sister was like 6 years old and she sees dad wearing glasses and she's like, "Are you even our dad anymore? Our dad doesn't wear glasses." She like lost her shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
why I remember that, but I remember her like losing her shit when she saw him in glasses.
Yeah, yeah. I had a similar thing happen when I was like a kid. I don't remember it that well, but it was like I guess when I was like a baby, my mom always had her hair blonde, but
Mhm.
naturally she's a brunette. So then like one day she dyed it back and she said that I had like a screaming fit because I was like, "My mom has yellow hair. Who are you?" So,
yeah, that's a weird thing. Like kids,
I guess like with kids,
with
it's
little
like,
kids, it's like you really, I think, get locked in on something, and it's
yeah, you fix in on more of like certain features and
Mhm.
Yeah.
You imprint like a baby bird.
or a baby human.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Those also exist.
Oh, all right. So yeah, I guess. Okay, so you guys are gonna dress like me on stage. What should I wear to dress like you guys?
Do
Like-
you have a pair of just black sneakers?
I just bought a pair that are just like a skate sneaker. They're a Nike Blazer Low. They're just black with a white swoosh. So
Okay, so like
same
David's.
colorway as that, but a little more
Hmm.
like real basic though. Kind of look like a Vans.
Yeah, yeah, they should just be like very generic black sneaker that like you would see anyone in and not notice.
Black sneakers, just
Regular jeans,
dark denim, no
and-
cuff. I can't be doing that fancy
no cuff,
showing off that it's salvage.
Nope.
Okay.
no cuff, and then just a plain black shirt, and then maybe like a black hoodie like David has on,
Okay.
or like a a denim or dark jacket. If you're cold, if it's chilly, wear a jacket. If not, just
Mhm.
wear a t-shirt.
but just a basic, maybe like my Patagonia jacket that could work. Although that's blue. I've got a black fleece one.
Too vibrant. Blue's too much.
Okay, I'll wear the black fleece.
Reel it in, Nick. Reel
Black
it
fleece.
in.
It's as reeled in as it gets.
Well, black or like an olive,
Yeah,
like
but like
the-
a neutral
that
palette
pants color
color.
Yeah,
jacket.
a nice earth tone.
like
yeah.
Marietje will often wear
Yeah.
a neutral
You've got
earth
some
tone
good, like,
jacket.
fake leather jackets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a look that I'm not sure if I can pull off. Is like the cool guy leather jacket look.
Do you have a leather jacket?
I have one. It's suede. It's like tan suede. It's my dad's from the 80s.
Oh wow, vintage.
Yeah,
But you
Also,
don't have like a
I
like
didn't
I
have
have
to buy it.
the like black motorcycle.
No, I don't
leather.
have. Those things are expensive. Like
not go
the
vegan.
ones-
Mine was like $90. Maybe.
Oh, okay. No, whenever I've looked, I'm like, okay, what are the good ones? It's like Shot or whatever
Yeah.
from New York. They're like $1,500. I'm like, that's more than I want to pay today.
Just
don't
pretend you're
have a-
doing it for ethics and then save $1,000.
Fair enough.
Now here's a question that has not been brought up yet
Good.
about the look. What does Nick do with his hair?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah. 'cause
Ooh,
my
do I
hair's-
need to perm mine up?
No, you guys can do. I wear a lot. I wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see Marietje with the perm just to see.
I
what that-
kind of do too.
As I
now,
said
though.
that, I was like, wait, those aren't just like a one-day hairstyle.
they're-
But I could get
perm
it
is
curled.
short for permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just do the curling iron. Just go
Yeah.
to work with that.
I have to buy a curling iron, but I can do that.
I would pivot and do the Nick Scalzone hat look because I don't have
Yeah.
I don't have hair
Yeah.
that can.
I could just do a hat too, because that wouldn't be a look. I don't wear hats normally, so I could just wear a what the fuck do you wear?
I just wear like trucker hats usually, like
But,
a
like,
trucker
what's
hat or
the-
something with a fish on it.
the Montana State hat.
Montana
I have
hat.
the Montana State. I have the Up North Surf Club hat that I wear. a
Oh
lot.
yeah, up
Yeah.
North Surf Club.
Yeah,
Cool place.
but I wear whatever hats,
Okay.
whatever
I
I've
have
been
a
wearing.
actually I have an orange hat that Meryl sent me for free because they
Cool.
shop there so much. Bright orange. It would probably match this, but that you've told me is a faux pas to wear conflicting brands.
Oh, it's really only a thing if you're wearing Nike and Adidas at the same time.
Oh, so if you throw in another,
If you throw in Merrill and Nike aren't really fighting against each other.
but that's more of a runner's hat, so it would look kind of goofy on stage. Probably it's like an exercising hat.
Oh yeah, it might. Yeah, maybe just like some kind of trucker hat or like a
I'll
hat
get a-
with a logo.
I'll go to up north and support them. Get a hat.
Yeah, they're a good business to support. We don't need that on. I mean, the rest of the lighting in here is pretty solid. But whatever.
For the record, that was Marietje moving her leg to turn the light on. That was not like a weird like tick or something.
My nervous tick.
Okay, so
Randomly kick ghosts away.
you're
Sorry.
going out to the coast tonight to do a show.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing a bunch of shows since things opened back up. I think you've been on definitely more shows than me since like the world opened back up. Have you noticed? Like, have you had better crowds? Do you think recently or like before? You noticed any differences?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to all the places, but I've been on a couple shows, and I've definitely gotten to watch a lot of the shows that have been happening. It does seem like the crowds are better, at least like initially. I don't know if that's still the case, but yeah, I think everyone is on the same page of being like, oh, there's stuff to do again.
Yeah.
I'll laugh at their stupid fucking jokes. Fine, like let me out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've been booked on a lot of like the outdoor stuff that's popped up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I know you showed up to some mics for a couple of weeks, like when it started opening up, and you still had like all your jokes. You like remembered them, and so you showed up with a solid set, and they're like, "Thank God somebody remembers their jokes. Come do well at my show. All these other idiots are writing new jokes that suck."
Yeah.
At least that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I didn't really get booked on a lot of shows until after the PFP round, but I was on a couple.
okay. I felt like you were on a couple before that too.
I did
Right.
the Brothers Cascadia.
Yeah.
And I did the Jimmy John's parking lot.
The Jimmy John's parking lot. Yeah, that one
I
was
think
lit.
you were there for both.
I was there for both the Brothers Cascadia one.
That one was
that was a great
that was
show,
a
and
great
you
crowd.
killed.
Yeah, that was a
Everyone
great
did well,
crowd.
but you definitely had like a standout set at that one.
Oh, thanks.
So I remember that was
Yeah, that one was fun because that was probably one of the first times running through the whole set. Like, you know.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, she remembered all her jokes, and they all still work. That's cool.
Although when things first started, there were so few comics out that we were all able to do like 10 to 15 at open mics all the time because
Yeah.
there were so few people.
That was at
coming
the
out.
Doomsday mic the first couple weeks.
Doomsday and Hood River too. The Hood River
yeah.
mic.
I went to Doomsday a couple weeks ago, and there were 4 of us there.
Oh, really?
Like 4 comics and then 4 audience members. So
Yeah.
we definitely all got to do a lot of time.
Was that
To nobody.
earlier? Was it this past week?
It was the week before.
Okay, because I know this
This
past
past week they moved the time later because of how few people were showing up.
Yeah.
Well, it was starting at like 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was starting at I think 5, but signups were 4:30 or something, which
Yeah, and it takes like
is on
an
a
hour
Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
to get there with traffic, at least for me.
Yeah.
Thursday, Vancouver, Washington. Everyone's driving up from Portland in rush hour traffic.
But that mic, there was like the month of May. That mic was amazing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
loved that mic. I had like 5 amazing sets in a row there.
Yeah, I liked that mic
It was
too.
a lot of fun.
It's just a long
Yeah.
time to be
I
in
don't
the
know.
car.
Vancouver is awesome for comedy though,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because like people actually show up that are real and that aren't just like comics.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've had fun at those mics.
It's a good shout out to David's favorite place,
That's
Vancouver,
right,
Washington.
Vancouver, Washington.
Yeah, David's got a whole joke
I do have
dedicated to
Vancouver, Washington, baby.
That's a good joke.
It's a fine
Yeah.
it's a fine expose. I don't like to go up and just trash places.
No, you can't just go up and roast a place.
Mm-hmm. Especially when it's
You
like
poke them a little.
there's usually, even in like a packed helium room, there's always going to be some Vancouver people there.
Yeah. Yeah, you always get a few people go, woo!
Yeah.
Vancouver!"
Well, there's no reason to trash it.
No,
Well-
it's a
That's
decent
fine.
place.
Well, I
And-
mean, there's probably reasons, but
Yeah.
you know.
And there's always there's always a few people from Vancouver who are like, oh, I know, it stinks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
you
hey,
can say that about any place. Every place has shitty
Yeah.
stuff going
for
on.
sure.
Vancouver, Washington, if you want to live in the Portland area but want to buy a house, it's an option.
Mm-hmm.
Look into it.
No, Vancouver's downtown is awesome.
Yeah, they have a lot
Like
of cool
it's
little
small,
spots.
but
yeah.
there's a ton of cool little like bars and breweries and
yeah.
restaurants and stuff down there. It's great.
Parking's free usually.
Yeah, I haven't paid for it yet or gotten a ticket, so can't complain.
Mm-hmm.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
So Marietje, you're a cat person.
Yeah, I am.
I'm definitely a cat person.
Yep. David's a cat person.
That's right. I'm a
Yeah, David's
convert.
been converted. They're better. I don't know. You're also a dog person though.
I love dogs, and I would have a dog if I had more space.
Mhm.
But I don't have enough space to add a dog to my home right now.
Yeah. No, like Bjorn is for sure a dog person.
Yeah.
We talk about it occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the way I am with Bucket. Like Bjorn is like, I can tell you don't really like Bucket.
Oh,
I don't hate him. I just am kind of like
That's the word. I don't. Well, I don't
I'm
hate
just so
him.
neutral with him, and it's like he comes over and I'm like, hey buddy, what's up? And then I just kind of ignore him.
No, he's so nice.
He's cute, but like he's kind of smelly. That's what it is. He doesn't
But
smell
he's
very
a dog.
Yeah, I know. That's
They're,
it's
they're a little smelly.
yeah, ew, gross. Cats don't smell.
Yeah.
Like you don't pet a cat. You don't pet a cat and then like your hand smells horrible.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
that's true. That's true.
That's
There's a smelly cat today. Old Mama, one of Marietje's kitties, has she had in the night had taken a dump, but had a few dangle dangleberries dragging along.
She had probably eaten a piece of my hair, and so the first log fell out, but then the other ones were still attached.
And
And
so
so-
problem.
She was just kind of running around with poop hanging off of her for who knows how long.
Oh, that's
So I've got to take a,
It's a
probably
nice
wash everything in
It's
my
a nice
room.
smell to wake up to. It's like this is next to my face. What's going on?
Oh yeah, okay, that's nasty. Fair enough.
But I see what you mean. Yeah, if just
Yeah.
petting a cat, they groom themselves so much and so often that if you pet them, you don't smell your hand and it smells like.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're pretty. They're generally pretty good taking care. Yeah, the litter box is a nice feature.
Mm.
You don't have to take them outside to
Yeah.
have them pee.
I feel like dogs are just so high maintenance for that.
Yeah.
That was another deal breaker for me with dogs is when I used to have roommates that had dogs, and when I'd have to take care of their dogs, it was like twice a day, at least. You gotta like walk them around the block so they can go to the toilet. It's
way more than twice a day for the toilet.
These
Man.
these ones were troopers.
Aw.
That's what they told me to do. They said twice a day they'll be fine,
Okay.
and they were tiny little dogs that did
Yeah.
nothing ever. But like, yeah, so twice a day. But you'd have to like manually take them out and be like, go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I don't know.
It
I like
is
the
a
cats
lot.
take care of it.
Yeah, and cats are cool. Like, obviously I take care of my cats
Mm-hmm.
every day, but it's nice that if like, I'm out and I'm drunk and I'm like, oh, I have to sleep over somewhere. Like I don't have to worry about
They're
my
not gonna
cats
die
shitting all over the
Or
floor.
ruin
Yeah.
your home.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not going to have a panic attack and eat the wall or
Here's-
whatever.
I've identified the other reason that I like cats. It's kind of like an ego thing. Like I like to feel like I earned it. Like if the cat wants to cuddle with you, the cat genuinely wants to, because if it doesn't, it will leave, and if you don't let it, it will bite you
Yeah.
hard, and then it will leave.
Right.
Whereas dogs, like, you could kind of be like mean to a dog, and it'll still love you. And I don't know.
To an extent, you can make a dog
Like I'm
mean
not
by
saying
being
you
mean
can
to
like,
it, but
I'm not saying you can abuse a dog and it won't
Yeah.
eventually become a psycho because you're being a piece
Right,
of
right,
garbage.
right.
But I'm saying
But-
you can be like me to Bucket and just consistently ignore him,
yeah.
and he still is like excited to see me every
Yeah.
time. Whereas if I were him, I'd just say, hey, "Fuck you, man."
Right. You'd be like, I'm just going to say hi to
Yeah,
the
you
people
threw
who
the
like
frisbee
me.
once and you walked away, you dick. Like that's how I would be if I was Bucket.
Yeah. No, yeah, dogs are, they're always very happy and very present and like, pay attention to me, what are we doing next? What are we
Yeah,
doing
you
next?
see,
What are we doing
don't-
next?
That bothers
Which
me.
is a lot. Yeah.
It's-
Whereas cats are like, oh, you're sitting on the couch, I'll join you.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm hungry. I'll let you pet me for a minute, but then we're getting food.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
kind of like it. I don't know.
Yeah. They have definitely more of a roommate vibe than a child vibe,
Mm-hmm.
kind of caretaking wise.
Yeah. So you have 4.
I have 4.
You have 4 cats.
Have you met my cats?
I have met your cats, although it's Mama Luna, Mr. Cuddlepants, aka BKO,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one.
Woof.
Woof.
Oh.
Oh yeah. See, I never can get
You
off
missed the
for it.
best
That's
one.
that's how we know he doesn't know your cats.
Yeah, you missed Woof.
Well, I don't know them.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I've
met my cats,
I've
but
met
he doesn't
them.
know them.
but
Yeah.
like, there were a lot of them there.
Until very recently, I could not name all of those cats either.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wolf is. It's interesting to me because like you see a lot of different personality types with cats because Marietje's got so many. 'Cause there's like the cute, sweet, cuddly kitty. There's the kitty that wants nothing to do with you, easily startled, and then there's the asshole who just wants to attack all the other cats and get the best sleeping
So is
spots
that Woof? Is that
Woof is the sweet one who wants to cuddle.
okay? Who's the asshole?
Mr. Cuddlepants.
Mr. Cuddlepants.
It's a deceiving name.
Mr. Cuddlepants is the thick one, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 I remember there was one who's a thick boy.
Mr. Cuddlepants is his only nickname that isn't making fun of his large
Isn't
stature.
body shaming him.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Which he has lost a lot of weight. It was, it's obviously my fault. He got to be very obese. He was like 20-something pounds, like 21 pounds.
Oh, that's a thick
and that's
kitty.
not good. And so he's been on a diet and he's lost like 7 pounds. So, but it's so cute
Did you
though.
get him a cat treadmill?
No,
Because I've seen videos of those on the internet and they're hilarious.
no, he would not use it.
But that's all those videos is a cat it's like a fat cat and they there's like a treadmill there and they
Yeah.
like put him on there and he goes "Rrrr," and walks away and then they like force him to run.
With cats, it's definitely easier to get them to lose weight just controlling the food coming in rather than the calorie burn because it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's obviously important to play with them and whatever, but they're not going to burn that many calories chasing a
laser
a
around the
laser around the living room 6 times. So, But yeah, but it's so cute because since he's lost 7 pounds, like that's like a third of his body weight. So that would be like, I don't know, if I just multiply it by 10, it would be like someone who was like 210 pounds getting down to like 140 pounds. So it's significant
That's
weight
like
loss.
a weight cut.
And so he has all this extra skin. So when he is running around the house chasing the other cats, like cats always have that little like fat pooch under their belly, but his is like enormous. It's just like it sways back and forth.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or there's certain like places that he'll sleep where it's a very like a tight squeeze, like he'll curl up tight like in a box, and then there'll just be skin hanging over the sides where he doesn't fit in. It's so cute. But yeah, he's a much healthier weight now, so
that's good.
Yeah.
Was that a quarantine project? Helping
Well,
him
a
lose
little
weight?
bit. It started before quarantine, but you know, stayed throughout. So
who had the thyroid issue?
two of them have.
Two of
Woof had the exact same thing that Mr. Cuddlepants just had, which is hyperthyroidism.
Okay.
An overactive thyroid. It's very common in older cats, and there's several treatment options that can go through with it. So they can be on medication, and that's it. It's just like a cheap medication. You give it to them twice a day. But have you ever had to give medicine to a cat?
Yes.
Yeah, it sucks, right?
Like, what kind of medicine?
Like a
'Cause
pill.
Okay, a pill.
I think maybe it can be done in a liquid form.
With the pill, I always would crush it up and put it in a little bit of food. I definitely gave him like an ear spread. Like my cat that I had when I was a kid lived to 19, and for the last 7 of those years he had kidney issues. So I had to give him the sub-Q fluids with the needle, and then I had to rub goo in his ear every morning.
Aww.
But he made it like 7 more years
Yeah.
of a pretty good life, so I don't think he was complaining too much.
Yeah. And so like medication's a good option, but I don't know. It's a pain in the ass to give it to them, and they'll like run. Like they've had to be on medicine for short periods of time here and there. And so I didn't really want to have to do that. The other option is surgery, which is imprecise from what I understand. Like they chop off part of the thyroid. But like if they chop off too much, then they have to be on a medicine, and if they don't chop off enough, they have to go on medication anyway. So I wasn't gonna do surgery. So I went with the like gold star, expensive ass treatment that's a permanent fix and it cures them forever, which is the radioiodine therapy. So Woof had that several years ago, and then Mr. Cuddlepants had it.
And that has a bad side effect, right?
Yeah, the cats, they go in and they get the shot, and then they're at the vet's office for like 4 days or something, to monitor them, and then they come home and then they're radioactive for a while. So I've had 2 radioactive cats in my home in the last 5 years.
Okay, so a radioactive cat. What's like, to what level are they radioactive?
They're not glowing green or anything.
Good.
But like the first few days that they're home, like I'm supposed to limit close contact with them. Like, so I'm only supposed to like pet them for like, I don't remember how long it is, but like 30 minutes a day, let's say, is the max time, which I didn't obey. So if I get cancer, hey, that might be part of why. Because especially with Mr. Cuddlepants, it was easier. With him, I was pretty good about it. But with Woof, she's too snuggly. I couldn't lock her out of the room at night. So yeah, you have to limit close contact with them for a few days, and their poop and pee is radioactive. So you have to store that. You can't throw it away. You can flush it down the toilet, but I didn't trust the septic system in my house to handle that. So I just stored their litter box waste for 100 days, which is how long you have to wait for, like, I guess that's how long it has to go through a couple of half-life cycles until it's safe to, like, expose the city workers to it.
Sounds horrific.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound great.
Yeah, no, the vet tech was like, you get one of those big orange Home Depot buckets and just put it in there and put a date on it and throw it away when the time comes. Which I was going to do, but I forgot to go to Home Depot, so I just had a bag of shit in my garage for 3 months.
You just ziplocked it?
Nope, just put the bag in the basement.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, but it's gone now.
All right.
Now.
Yeah, because you've got a joke about that, but I hadn't heard like the full details.
Those are the details.
I was kind of curious.
Yeah.
Like to what extent of radioactive these cats were.
Yeah.
So,
it's not super bad. I guess it's like if you follow the precautions, the amount of radiation that I would be exposed to is like about the same as like going on a flight cross country kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's like getting an X-ray. At
I
the
think
dentist.
the most radioactive part is for the few days when they're at because they have to stay overnight at the vet for like the first 4
okay.
days or something, and that's when they really like are in kind of isolation. But
because they like go in and zap whatever's wrong with the thyroid, like with radio.
it's an
radioactivity?
injection and it's like radioactive iodine, so I guess it just goes in and kills off the cells.
Oh, okay.
A few of the thyroid cells, I guess, that are producing too much thyroid
Cool.
hormone or whatever. I know anatomy. It's
Yeah.
fine.
No, I'm just great at science. Definitely know all of what you just said.
Good.
All right. Well, I got one more question. So let's say you guys decide to dress like me for a show.
Okay.
You're wearing those shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody sees them when you're walking back to your car, and they attack you. They're like, you get mugged
Mm-hmm.
in the street for those shoes because they're like, those are loud and crazy. They got to be worth something.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, well, you can have them. Like, they fucking hurt my feet anyway. And they're like, my lucky day, what an easy mugging. And they leave, and insurance hooks you up with the money. Are you replacing those, or are you getting something else?
Oh, I wouldn't replace them.
Yeah,
no.
easy question, but we do ask all our guests, mostly as an improv exercise for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are you replacing them with then?
Oh, I would just get another pair of black sneakers to walk around in.
You tried the flashy sneakers, wasn't for you.
Well, if it got me mugged, of course I'm not buying
Yeah, I
any
guess that's a
flashy
fair
sneakers.
point. The flashy sneakers that now you've got like a trauma attached to
Have
it.
you been mugged for
No.
your sneakers?
No, it was just the only idea I could come up with that was a callback to one of our conversations.
Oh.
That's kind of what I do is I'm like, okay, I got to call back to something we talked about that can end with the shoes are gone, insurance paid you.
I would never forgive you if I dressed like you and then it got me mugged. I'd be like, what the fuck?
That would be a decent roast joke
Yeah.
at some point in our
Dressed
comedy
like
careers.
Nick and I got mugged. Yeah.
All right. Well, Marietje, go ahead and plug anything you want to plug. You obviously have a show tonight that will be 10 plus days in the past when this drops.
Yeah,
So-
so you hope you came to that. I post my shows on my Instagram, Marietje Hauprich, spelled just like it's pronounced.
Linked below.
Linked below. So my cats are on there, and if I'm on shows, it's on there. But I recommend the cat picture part.
All right. Yeah, check Marietje out all over town doing stand-up comedy. Check David out all over town also doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And if you like this video, or even if you didn't, hit the like button on YouTube. Hit subscribe wherever you're listening. We got new episodes every single Wednesday. Follow us on Instagram at Size10 Podcast. Thank you so much for listening.